Good Friday morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us from our WBAY TV digital news desk. Great to have you with us. Hope you're enjoying your Friday morning and have a lot of sunshine out there today. That is great to see. Great to see you all as we are standing here, and I am joined by the man who's usually behind the camera, my good buddy Shane Fitzsimmons, who is our small towns photographer. And if you enjoy our small towns pieces, you have Shane to thank for that, because while I'm the one that does the interviewing and the writing, Shane is the one who really puts the finishing touches, makes the magic happen on those different stories. He does a fantastic
you make it
job.
Easy for me, though. You make it easy.
It's a good team effort. We enjoy ourselves, and we've been having a good time doing it. You took over back in about March.
Sounds about right. March, April.
A couple months after I had taken over. Michael Bergman, obviously, who started it with Jeff Alexander, and yeah, now we've been kind of rolling here, so it's been a good time so far. We're kind of, I would say, hitting our stride with these small town stories.
We've just had a series of really great stories to work with, and like I said, it's been easy to make some of these look really, really good.
It's always nice when folks have really cool stories to share, really cool photos and video to share as well,
and really just passion stories, passion projects, and it's really easy to get excited with them.
Yes. When we get excited with you, that makes us even put that much more into the story, into the editing process, and just a really fun one. So we just wanted to jump on here. We're going to try and make a habit of doing this a little bit more, jumping on, just talking with people about kind of what goes into small towns, because I know you have it happen when you're out and about, but folks will come up and talk to us about small towns and just say, oh, where do you come up with those ideas, or how did you do this or that? And we kind of wanted to pull back the curtain a little bit, let people see that, and we figured what better time to start than on this wonderful Friday. So as you join on, I know we're live on Facebook right now, on YouTube. If you've got questions, if you've got small towns ideas for us that you want us to go check out, please feel free, mention it in the comments section. We will try and answer as many questions as we can here over the next 10-15 minutes or so, and we're just gonna have a fun time discussing this week's trip, which was to Howard. If you haven't seen that episode yet, head into the comment section on Facebook right now. I just shared that link in there. You can go learn about Ken and Judy Sikora and the awesome work that they've been doing out there in Howard at the Duck Creek Quarry.
Yep.
We were
not just the Duck Creek Quarry.
Not just the quarry. That's right. They've got their home where they have their own property as well. We'll talk about that.
They purchased this property specifically to rehabilitate it.
It is incredible. So let's jump into some of these photos here that we took out there. So this is Ken and Judy Sikora right here. Wonderful couple. They moved down here from the UP. They've lived in the Howard area. They said it's the only home that they've bought, that they bought and owned themselves. And they really just by this still photo here, you can just see how much passion they have for nature. Ken was really educated in talking about the need for pollinators out there and helping provide environments like they're doing in Howard, Shane.
Well, and what was interesting about what he said was, not everybody can have access to this kind of project, but you can do a lot just in your own backyard.
100%.
And he was really kind of challenging people to make habitat for pollinators.
Challenging people to do that, leading by example as well. So his wife Judy right there with him. We got this shot as they were walking down the path there along the quarry. He said Judy was kind of the instigator is the word he used for this project. So she convinced the community of Howard to get some boulders out there. They said that the mound along the Lakeview Drive right there in Howard had been covered with barbed wire and all types of different, just really unusable vegetation and just nothing.
And I don't think there was a paved trail there either.
Exactly. They put that paved trail in there. They worked all of that in, and then now it's looking more like this.
It didn't look quite like that when we were there.
No,
but I think we'll have to go back in the spring.
Exactly. We were out there in the fall, and the reason that we were out there in the fall too is because they were working on getting it ready to look like this come springtime again. And there's a lot of work that goes into it. They planted all of those flowers. They had those rocks put in. We'll show you in another one of the photos coming up here. They've got the different decorations. You can see the yard decorations out there.
Which
different
change,
plants.
by the way.
Those do change. So here's a look at those themes there. So this is just one one instance of a decoration, but there's quite a few different ones that'll change. If you drive past there during the winter months, you're going to be seeing some Christmas decorations, Judy said, just all different ways to help bring people out there and let them enjoy the land. And just so passionate, both of them, about sharing that love of nature, sharing that love for the pollinators and the creatures that we share this planet with, and just wanting to share that with their community, with their neighbors, and give people the chance to come out there and walk. We saw a lady that was out there walking her dog when we were doing our interviews. We saw different people out there during the summer months. People swim in the quarry, so it's just a nice space to get out there and just enjoy themselves.
But one note is that they said, we can't do this alone forever, and we're going to need some help. And so that was kind of the passing of the torch that we got a chance to see too.
Yes, and we saw a gentleman named Robert Gertz out there, and if you haven't watched the story again, you need to head to the link in our comments. You'll see that story there. And it's so fun to be able to hear from him and see his passion for it. And the Gardeners Club of Green Bay, they're going to be out there being a part of it and helping make sure that this lasts for years and years to come. So Robert and the Gardening Club, they're going to be out there for the next 3 years, taking part in
they took
in
it on
different
specifically
projects.
as their project.
Yep, they're going to be really focused on that. And Ken and Judy are in their 80s, right? So they said, we want some younger blood to come in and help out. Robert just hit retirement age, so he's that young blood. But they mentioned they've had high school groups coming out there helping out, spread mulch, do things like that. Just wonderful, wonderful community efforts all coming together to help make this project really cool. And now you mentioned, Shane, that it's not just the Duck Creek Quarry where Ken and Judy have done some work, and I want to showcase this as well. So just up the road from the quarry, I think we mapped it, it was about a half mile, if that.
It was pretty close.
They created their own prairie restoration project, and
pretty amazing.
Incredible. So they started it, and again, if you go into the story, click that link there, watch it, you'll really kind of see the work that they've done over the years.
Do you recall how long ago they bought that piece of property?
50 years ago, they bought that piece of property.
This has been a piece of their life for quite some time.
100%. And they dug out, they got permission from the DNR to dig dirt out and build some ponds in the marsh area, and they used that soil
to rebuild,
to
raise it up.
Raise this up. He said it was probably a good, I think it was 8 to 11 feet that they raised it.
He showed you where you could see where there was a parking lot, and now where it is now. It was
standing above it.
Substantial.
And planting flowers in there, planting vegetation, trees. They've built different things for habitats for animals that move through the area. Said there's a lot of turtles and ducks out there. Just a really...
And open to the public.
Open to the public.
Anybody can visit.
Exactly. This is their property, and they say, come on in.
Come visit.
They just want you to walk.
What did the sign say? Leave
footprints only. Leave your footprints. They just want you to come and enjoy the nature, enjoy yourselves, and just a really good example of them leading by example, right? They say that they want these people to step out of their homes and to provide these locations for pollinators in their backyards, and they're doing so themselves right in their own area.
They're living it.
They're living by example. So let's check in on the comments here. Green Bay Llama said it's nice to see a photog getting some airtime. I agree. That's why we want to do some more of this. Great to see Shane being able to be up here. As we said, Shane's one of the driving factors behind it. He makes all these amazing small town stories that we've had the chance to do. He makes them shine, makes them look good. And I want to ask you now, since we touched on this week's story.
Said
hopefully
no
people do that.
You agreed, no surprises.
I told him that I wasn't going to throw him on the spot, but now we're going to do that. So
but here we go.
I just want to. So we've had the chance to cover some really cool stories so far, and we're getting close to the end of the year now. We've got our Small Towns New Year's special that'll be coming up on New Year's, so make sure to stay tuned for that with times and whatnot as those become clearer as we get closer and closer there. But a month and a half to go in 2025. We've been together for a majority of the year together. What are some that have really kind of jumped out to you story-wise that really stick with you?
Oh boy, I think the one that probably really stands out in my mind. There's two. The first one that you and I worked on together.
Yes.
Was Angel Hugs.
Yes.
And that one was just just a heart wrencher.
It was.
You just couldn't walk away from that and not feel something. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Just an amazing mission for those folks there and doing a lot of good, touching a lot of hearts. I think probably the most unique job we did together was probably the Waiwiga Silo project.
So much fun.
And that one had, a lot of groups coming together.
You keep talking. I'm going to see if I can pull something up.
A lot of groups coming together, trying to restore a piece of history in the community, but also a little bit of danger involved in that one.
Yeah,
a little bit of bravery.
That's what I'm trying to find here, and that's what I love about our digital news desk is I can just grab things really quickly. And I'm trying to recall when that was, Shane, that we were out there. It was around this one.
There it is. Yeah.
I want to find the photo. I know I posted the photo of you, though. We're going to dig around a little bit here. But
if you notice in that photo, Emerson, you're putting on a harness.
Yes.
And it's not for no reason.
Shane was very brave and decided, you know what, we're going to go get this interview very high up in the sky. We were probably 40 feet
It might have been 300 feet for all I know. It was a little bit outside the comfort zone.
Shane went out of his comfort zone, and he was the one that suggested it too. So I don't want people to think that I forced him up there.
I just knew it was going to look good. And
yes,
we were only going to have one chance to get that shot.
Such a cool story.
There it is, right there.
So this is kind of a visual of it. I wish I had the selfie that I took with Shane, who was looking down at me, but I didn't post it online, and that makes it difficult for me to share with you all. So I apologize for that. But I'm going to get this pulled into here real quickly.
We're going to have to start compiling our behind-the-scenes photos.
I know. As we continue to do this week after week, too, we'll be able to learn more and more each week that we go. But this is the photo here. So we're about 50 feet up at this moment. You can see we're harnessed in there along with the gentleman that we're interviewing, and
we're in two different man lifts.
Two different man lifts. Shane's across the way, and it was a really cool visual to be able to show that and to do that interview from so high up, and it really gave a different perspective than I think a lot of people have.
This is what they had to do to get this project
to get it painted, right?
And we were only I was only about halfway as far as they go. I think you went closer to the top.
We went about 80 feet at one point, and that was it was an experience.
About, dropping paintbrushes and dropping, paint rollers and having to have somebody.
It gets a little exciting.
Cover them, yeah.
It gets a little exciting, and but we really enjoyed that. It was a cool opportunity to experience it and just really share with everybody the cool visual. And I think that's a fun thing about us working together is if I see something that I think that might look cool, it doesn't take much convincing to get him to do it, and vice versa. So it's helped us really kind of share the stories in our own way while building off of what Jeff and Michael did such a great job of building with this small town series. And I know that we look forward to it every week. Whether it's one story, two stories that we're getting done every week, just kind of building ahead. We've got a couple really good ones. Did you want to talk about what's coming up at all? We'll talk about next week. So I'll just give a little tease that if you are a dog lover, you're going to love next week's story. So really, really cool story there up in Door County. We went to the Sticks of Algoma, and just a fascinating story of a gentleman up there and the work that he's been putting in over the last, we'll say, 10 to 15 years. Just really incredible work that he's been doing.
Another story taking a passion kind of to its limits. Really.
Yes, absolutely taking it to its limits, and really looking forward to you all tuning into that. Looking forward to you all tuning in each week on Small Towns, then for these debriefs as well. Like I said, we're going to try and do these every Friday when our schedules allow. If we're out on a Small Town shoot, obviously we can't be standing in here. We got to go get that work done. But when our schedules allow, we're going to try and jump on here, answer some questions, take some recommendations from you all. If you have any ideas, please do not hesitate to email us.
I bet you there's some great stories out there.
Some great ones out there that we have not even touched the surface of yet. So really looking forward to that. If you haven't, follow along on our WBAY Small Towns Facebook page. You can send us story ideas there as well. And we're both monitoring that, keeping up with it, and just really looking forward to sharing these stories with you and continuing the fun work that we've been doing so far.
It is fun.
It is a blast. We have a good time. And yeah, we really appreciate you all joining on today. It looks like we've got a few viewers on there still, so happy Friday to all of you. Hope
Happy
you enjoy
Friday.
the remainder of your work week, and have a great weekend out there as well. Get outside, enjoy that sunshine, because Steve says things are going to get a little bit cold pretty soon. So we got to enjoy the sunshine and the warmth while we got it. Shane,
I'm not ready
first time on camera, man.
and I'm not ready for winter. I just want to point that out, that I'm going to need you to find some indoor
We'll try
stories for us.
and lock down some indoor ones here in the coming weeks as we prepare for that. Great job. First time
Thank
in
you.
front of the camera.
Thank you.
Will not be the last. We appreciate you all joining in with us on this Small Towns Debrief for your Friday morning. Take a nice, lovely look there at the Leo Frigo Bridge in Green Bay over the Fox River. Make it a great Friday, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.